So Assassin's Creed, which we all know now for being a yearly release, double that this time, and the flavor of the newest gen game is the French Revolution in Assassin's Creed Unity. It just came out yesterday, and while I haven't had enough time to bring you guys a full review just yet, I wanted to give you my thoughts on how this one's shaping up so far. The series has overall been something of a roller coaster with hit and miss entries, and there's of course the issue of stagnation where you release so many games back to back to back that whether or not they're really all that interestingly different or not. So the first thing that was running through my head while playing this is basically, yep, this is an Assassin's Creed game alright, because it is very, very similar to Black Flag in terms of the core gameplay, which depending on who you are, is either a good thing or a really bad thing. Me personally, I'm kinda lukewarm on the subject. Free running can still get really messy with pathing. I've had a few occasions where I think I'll be going one direction or jump to a certain platform, and the game has entirely different plans for me. Combat feels a bit slower, but still boils down to the traditional wait for the other guy to attack, parry, and then just counter all day, every day. Even the visuals are very much the same. Up-close shots of character faces and facial animations do look better, but there's still that sense of same face and blandness across several characters, and environments have that very typical dense-feeling Assassin's Creed feel. I'm not saying that this looks exactly the same as Black Flag, just that what differences there aren't really that noticeable of a jump. So yeah, the core of this game is definitely very familiar territory, but it would be completely unfair to say that it's all the same. There's actually a few pretty hefty differences in this one, mostly due to the fact that this game now offers a co-op mode. In order to help players feel a bit more specialized and like unique little snowflakes in multiplayer games, equipment options are a lot more diverse, and there's now a skill system for slowly unlocking new abilities as you complete missions. Different pieces of armor now all offer numerous bonuses that may favor one playstyle over another, such as making it easier to become undetected, harder to be noticed, or just upping your armor, and they all look a lot more unique than what few armor choices you've had in past games. Honestly, this is my favorite new addition to Assassin's Creed Unity, because while you're still playing a pre-written character with their own pre-done personality, you have the chance to at least customize their look and playstyle to how you want to approach the game, which is really awesome, and I think it's a great new step for the series, especially since they're going in this direction of adding a more co-op focused mode. Now, as for the story, it's okay so far. The game's doing that whole fourth wall breaking thing by addressing the player directly rather than introducing a new modern day character, and even spins it so that the co-op mode makes sense because you're working alongside other assassin initiates, aka other people that bought the game. The events in France, on the other hand, I'm a little more worried about. The beginning has a very similar vibe to Assassin's Creed 3 in the sense that characters make leaps in logic and plot revelations without any real in-game logical reason. And between these moments is a lot of super tropey writing with star-crossed lovers and a broken watch memento. It's not so weak that I think it's doomed to be as bad as Assassin's Creed 3 writing, but it's definitely not the strongest start out of the series. I also have to note that it really bothers me to no end that, like in the original Assassin's Creed, despite taking place in France, everyone speaks in British or American accents, with one guy even sounding like a pirate out of Black Flag.
Let's get your arse in position. Don't ask questions, Pisspot.
They made it a point in 2 to make sure everyone had Italian accents, and they even redid Altair's voice in later games to give him a more Middle Eastern sound. Yet this is a design standard that has for some reason been thrown out the window in this one. It's kind of a nitpicky subject, I know, but it's this kind of stuff that I think has helped solidify the various historical settings, and it's just jarring without it. Other problems with the game so far mostly come in the form of launch day issues, which of course are really annoying as always, but hopefully can be fixed with future patches. There's a lot of texture popping and disappearing people and objects. The frame rate is noticeably really low on PS4, while the PC version is just horribly optimized, and the game definitely has its share of interesting bugs. As I said, these are the kind of things that can and will hopefully be fixed post-launch with a patch. If they aren't though, then Unity is not at all off to the best start, rivaling the issues of the series' low point 3, but that's something I can further confirm better in the full review once the game's been out for more than just a couple days. So my first day with Unity has, in all honesty, not been my favorite. There are some aspects that have been really solid steps forward for the series, but numerous technical issues, along with the writing that I'm far less than happy about, really harms the game's immersion. Both of these issues can still be fixed though, assuming the writing gets better in its later stages, and hopefully a patch is releasing addressing these launch day issues. Plus, I have yet to do co-op, which just might balance out the rest of the game if it's amazing. If not though, the full review might not be one of my happiest. So those are just my first day thoughts of Assassin's Creed Unity. If you already want to grab the game, I do have that link down below in the description, as well as a way to follow me on Twitter. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to let me know by hitting that thumbs up button, as well as subscribing if you haven't yet. I've got a lot more content on the way, including my full review of Sunset Overdrive. Until then, though, I'm Kevin Kenson, and I'll see you guys later.